oh boy, I don't think anybody saw this coming, and to be honest with you, it is definitely going to be kind of a lightning storm. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of different thoughts and comments on this. I certainly would love everybody's feedback on it, because did you guys expect this? Like, I'm just blown away by this, specifically for multiple reasons. For one, it's like Xbox gamers get such a negative rap a lot of the time, and two, you just wouldn't think that this would be a thing. But I have to say, you know, this is going to be an insane kind of gaming stratosphere that we're going into. Like, things are changing much quicker than like I anticipated, much quicker than I think anybody really thought. And you know, it's kind of crazy to believe that this is kind of happening, and yet here we are. You know, like, again though, I would have thought it was crazy that Gears of War would be on PlayStation, you know, but here we are as well. So this is interesting. This blows me away. I'm sure you guys are going to have interesting takes on this. What's up, everybody? I'm Crap Gamer. This is Crap Gamer Reviews with another video. Thank you guys for checking it out. Please like, share, subscribe. I would certainly appreciate that. I do daily gaming content, so if you guys are looking for fun yet informative content, look no further than right here, this guy, and I enjoy doing it too. So, you know, again, it's going to be fun to kind of talk about this, and surprising as well. So anyway, let's get into it. apparently, Helldivers 2 sold more on Xbox than it did PlayStation in its first 6 days of launch. Like, who had that on their bingo card, right? Like, that is absolutely insane that has happened. And, you know, at the same point in time, you know, it's blowing my mind, because we are absolutely in a unprecedented time right now within gaming, and I don't know what's going to happen in the future. Like, knowing this, Sony seeing they have the #1 selling game on Xbox right now, do they dip into their bag and go, let's bring some other stuff there? I mean, it's hard to not do that, because you know what, their PlayStation sales are unaffected by this, right? And they would continue to be unaffected by it. And the reason being is because if you're on PlayStation, you're on PlayStation. And I went over this before. It's like, console gamers are stubborn. You know, there's people like me who will buy all the consoles, but then there's people that will just absolutely refuse to buy anything else. So it's insane. The Xbox launch has been a great plan for Helldivers 2, contributing to the Steam player count in recent days as well. Moreover, Arrowhead has also released the collaboration with Halo ODST alongside this launch, which may have helped push more players over the edge. Now, new sales details for Helldivers 2 on Xbox have been revealed. Sold close to 1 million copies in the first 6 days. Spotted by Game Rant. I'm going to link this. You guys can check it out. The latest Alenia Insight newsletter has provided some details for the games in regards to sales in August, which includes Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2 sold 926,000 copies on Xbox in the first 6 days, compared to Helldivers 2 PlayStation 2 launch last year, where it sold only 633,000 copies in the first 6 days. This is absolutely insane. This metric, this numbers are crazy if you think about it. I mean, honestly, just absolutely insane numbers. It was a momentous occasion this month, as both PlayStation and Xbox had their exclusives released on each other's platforms. Although it's safe to say Helldivers 2 had way more success on Xbox than Gears of War had on PlayStation. They're saying that Gears of War Reloaded, or whatever it was, only did like 200,000 units on PlayStation, which kind of surprising, kind of unsurprising. I mean, I mentioned this, and I'm sure, like, depending on which Halo releases on PlayStation, I'm sure it's going to be the same kind of story, maybe a little bit more. But Halo CE, if and when that releases on, because there's rumors that they're doing a remake or whatever, and that's what's going to launch next year. But when they release that on PlayStation, you know, you might see a little bit more than that initially. But the problem is these games are old and kind of, they play that way. You know, they play very clunky. And, you know, if you're somebody who's new into gaming, or if you're, let's just say, you know, like the old school people will probably appreciate it, but mostly, you know, gaming is at a point where the more people than ever are doing it. And so if you're somebody who likes, you know, Fortnites, and Apex Legends and Warzone and Call of Duty and these fast-paced games, you're not gonna like and want to stick with Gears of War. Like the roadie run, it's clunky. The wall bouncing is clunky. In Halo, like there's no running or aim down sights. People aren't gonna really stick around for that very long because there's new things out. Like those were very much a product of their times, in my opinion. Not saying they're bad games. I love those games, but they're products of their times, and there's a reason why those games don't dominate the charts anymore. So Helldivers 2 for Xbox launched alongside Gears of War Reloaded for PlayStation. However, the latter only accounted for about 200,000 downloads, whereas Helldivers 2 sold 1 million copies on Xbox. Helldivers 2 also made it to the top of Xbox's top paid list, with Helldivers 2 and Helldivers 2 Super Citizen Edition taking first and third place respectively. The list also includes NBA 2K 26, EA Sports Madden NFL 26, NBA 2K 26, Leave No Doubt Edition. In other news, Helldivers 2's latest update introduced randomly generated caves, new enemies, and much more. Also, the developers have stated that co-op split screen is technically feasible for the game. So again, what's your guys' thoughts on Helldivers 2 selling more on Xbox than in PlayStation in the first 6 days? I mean, listen, I'm going to keep it real. This game ended up selling like 6 million copies or something like that on PlayStation. I don't see it doing that on Xbox, but it's wild to me that the game has managed to kind of do what it has done. Now that it's kind of out there, I think Xbox will sell some more. You could get another million or so copies on Xbox, but I think it's like the perfect storm. You have a multiplayer game, which is very much Xbox's wheelhouse. You also have a situation where this game was already kind of blowing up and people were like wanting it on Xbox. Had this game just released on Xbox initially, when it did on PlayStation and PC, would it have been as big? That's debatable. I don't know that it would have been, but it's very interesting nonetheless to kind of think about, because I think all the hype and the build up to it and the announcement and things like that, I think that all helped it to kind of become a much bigger game and helped Xbox fans to like really want to get into it and kind of start playing it and things like that. And the funny thing is like I mentioned earlier, console gamers and, look, PC gamers too, stubborn. Like, I see a lot of PC gamers go, I'm not buying a console for GTA 6. Okay. But it's like, you're going to miss out. Like, that thing's going to get spoiled to heck, and everybody's going to be streaming content, and, it's going to be hard to miss. But, and console gamers as well. I'm not knocking anybody in particular. Like, everybody is super stubborn when it comes to this stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, you could have played Helldivers 2 on PC or PlayStation, but millions of Xbox fans will only play it on Xbox if it comes to Xbox. So I think that's probably a little bit where we're at right now with this stuff. And, again, I'm not surprised, right? Am I surprised the game did well? I think no, because it's kind of the perfect storm. You have a multiplayer game that had a lot of hype. Everybody was talking about it. You have a good price point. Even the one that's the more expensive version, though, did pretty well. So I mean, it's hard to really go out there and complain and say, hey, they're doing bad or whatever the case may be. I think realistically, what we're kind of seeing right now is that that gamers kind of answered the call. And where's that going to leave PlayStation, right? Like, PlayStation's making all this money. They're going to see, hey, this didn't slow down our sales of our console at all. And, that's going to be, a good thing. So, hey, could I expect some of their older games to come out on Xbox? Like, I don't see why they wouldn't at this point. You know what I mean? I don't understand why Sony wouldn't do it. So we'll see what happens. I think it's going to be a very, very interesting situation unfolding over the next year and things like that. So like I said, it's nothing would surprise me now. I know people are going to be like, hey, it's crazy that this is happening or whatever. But again, to me anyway, I don't look at this as necessarily a bad thing. Things are changing. We're going to have to deal with it. How do you guys feel about it? Did you guys get Helldivers 2? Have you played Gears on PlayStation? Let me know in the comments below. Like the video, rack them up, fact them up, and crap gamer them up. As always, I'll catch you next time. Crap Gamer out.